So you have 3 columns of data that you need to put into a single visual. There are likely multiple ways you can do this, but this is the way I came up with. So you have the country that you have and the department that you're focusing on and the goals that are set for the different departments in that country. So you'd have to break all of this down line by line. I had created a table. You don't need to create a table with the data, but you're going to select all of the data that you have, however many goals and departments, etc. Then you're going to go click on Insert and you're going to click on Pivot Table. And it's going to say, do you want a new worksheet? You're going to say OK, so take the default items. Click on Country, because that's our first line. And because that is Australia, I spelled that wrong. Let's fix that. I guess I should go back to the data. Much better. Okay, so now I have row labels. I have this, I'm good to go. Next I want department, but see how it makes department a subcategory? That I don't want that. So I'm going to come up to analyze, no, I want design, and then I'm going to click on report layouts, and I'm going to say show in tabular form, and that way it creates a separate line item. Then, oops, stay on there so it keeps that. Then I want goal, and it sets goal into this breakdown. Let me check back to see how I did that. Okay. Sorry, just making sure that I have it right. So now, if I'm looking at Australia, I can look at all these details. Now I don't want the total, so I right click on it and I uncheck subtotal, and that way it comes up. And I don't want my country totals, so I'm going to uncheck sub information there, and then if I scroll all the way to the bottom, I'm going to right click on grand total and remove grand total because I'm interested in the individual information. So now I've got all of it in one visual. I can see with Australia all of the different areas, with Canada the different areas and the specific goals or whatever I'm tracking for that specific area. Now this is long and I may not want to look at all of this at one time, so there's a really cool thing that you can do if you select all of the information. Then scroll back to the top, you can say Insert Slicer. And I'm going to do one, oops, and say country, and have that up there. I'm going to select it again, and insert, oops, I want to scroll to the top so I don't have to drag it up. Slicer, department, okay, drag that over. One more time, and I'm going to go to the bottom of the data, scroll back to the top, insert, slicer, and this time goal. So now I can search by any of these and narrow down. So maybe I only want Australia and I only want the HR department. So now I can see at one glance what their goals are. Maybe I want Canada and HR and maintenance. Oops, and HR. You have to double click. And then I can see what their goals are specifically. I can also choose multiple locations and break that down. Or maybe I only want, click off, Maybe I only want whatever has goal 4. So from within all of the countries, stop it. Why aren't you letting me go? There we go. So I want to see with all of the countries and all of the different departments, I only want to see who has goal 1 as their goals, who has goal 6. And I can look through and I can search by any groups of these criteria and be able to narrow down my focus. I think that's pretty cool. Now I just have to stop my recording.